What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, bringing you Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gameplay commentary, as well as PowerPoint presentation style breakdown of my updated tips and tricks for Ground War on Modern Warfare 2 as of the end of Season 2. We have about 2 more weeks until Season 3 releases, so I want to condense all of my tips and tricks into one video here that I went over in the past and how things have changed in Ground War in my perspective now. So if you guys want more videos like this, be sure to let me know in the comments section below, as well as Season 3 will be arriving soon, so hopefully we get some more good Ground War maps, and hopefully there's quite a few. Anyways, I'll see you all in the video. Alright, so if you're wondering who I am, how I perform, all that kind of stuff for credibility, I'm just going to go ahead and go to my stats real quick. So if we go into multiplayer, overall, I have about a 3.81 KD. I have a 3.76 win-loss ratio, and you guys can see the rest there. Now, if we go over to our last 10 games... Oh, Modern Warfare 2 is being buggy again, guys. No surprise there. I got to use my mouse. Last 10 games, I have 63 average kills per game, almost a 500 score per minute. 11.39 kill-death ratio, 4 win-loss ratio, 34 highest kill streak, and 84 highest kills per game. And as you can see, that is in Ground War, because that's pretty much all I've been playing on this game. Unfortunately, my game likes to crash a lot. So this game would have won, game crashed. This match right here, again, would have won. You guys know what happened? My game crashed. So actually, yeah, about 10 win-loss ratio. I actually didn't lose it in my last 10 games, although I was playing with a couple friends. I think a few of these were solo, but most of them were partied up. Some of them were DEFCONs, unfortunately, like this one, instant DEFCON, because, 32 people on the enemy team are just sitting in their HQ with sniper rifles and stuff. So, kind of, expected, but, yeah, so if you guys are wondering what my overall stats are for Ground War, we'll go in here and you can see it right there. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't crash as much as I used to, but about 60 of my losses are actually from crashing. There was a point in time where I couldn't even finish a match, and I would still play because the kills counted and everything, but, oh my goodness, the crashing, absolutely absurd. But yeah, KD is on the rise. Now that I've figured out how I play Ground War and all that kind of stuff. Win-loss ratio absolutely skyrocketing, besides the crashes. Kills per game were almost at 50, and score per minute about 430, and yeah. So there you go. If you want to use my information as gospel, go ahead. If you're looking for someone who pretends this is a milsim and pretends they're in a real war, you clicked on the wrong channel. Alright, now that I got that out of the way, welcome to the Season 2 Ground War Revisited Guide, updated tips and tricks for Season 2. As always, there are some chapters, so this is what we will be going over, and if you're looking for a specific section for your viewing pleasure, it will be in the description below on that exact topic, so you can just go ahead and, well, see for yourself. Alright, first things first, I'm going to go over my favorite weapons in Ground War. Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the best weapons to be using in Ground War. Now, here's the thing. I gotta put this disclaimer out there because I've had somebody mention in the past that they don't think my opinion on what the best gun in the game is lined up with what they thought was the best gun in the game. And I look at it in a few different ways. 1, ease of use. 2, overall, like, handling, range, time to kill for not just up close, not just long range, but overall. And also, how's the recoil? How's the idle sway? Those kind of things as well. Basically, everything you can think of, that's what I think of. So, here you have it. For a quick breakdown, the ISO Hemlock is the best gun in the game right now for Ground War. Has the best range, best damage, very little recoil. Now, I will say it's not a forgiving gun because if you're missing shots, your time to kill is going to be significantly slower because the fire rate is not very fast. But if you have good aim, this gun is going to be the best gun in the entire game. Next up is the Kastov 545. I think this gun is very solid. I think that it excels at the middle to medium long ranges. Up close, it can be very powerful, but you're going to have to hit at least 2 of your shots to the upper torso, and that's going to require some decent aiming control and all that kind of stuff. Also, the recoil on this gun is more angular, I would say. I hate using the term horizontal because horizontal, in my opinion, is whenever the gun is bouncing left and right. So the recoil pattern on this gun is just like up to the right at a pretty sharp magnitude. So it can be difficult to control for some, but if you can master that, this gun is definitely rewarding and it has some high versatility. Next up, the TAC 56. Overall, this is the best gun in the entire game for competitive play, as well as I think in 6 versus 6. However, in ground war, it is definitely not the best gun in the game, but it is a very strong gun you can use. It has amazing range, and that's what makes this gun really excel for ground war. Also, it's very accurate, and it has some pretty good stability as well. The Lockman 556 is just a very easy to control gun with very low horizontal recoil. It's mostly vertical, so I think the Lockman 556 is another great gun for those medium to longer ranges. The Vel 46 recently got buffed, and I would say it's one of the best submachine guns you can use, especially for ground war, because it has a 40-round magazine, as well as the range on it is very solid for a submachine gun. The MX-9 has some of the worst bullet velocity in the game. However, this gun has pretty much 0 horizontal recoil. Therefore, it is just going to be a straight laser beam if you're able to control the slight vertical recoil that it has. I would highly recommend opting for attachments that are going to include bullet velocity, so that way you can extend your ranges with the MX-9. The PDSW is one of the best SMGs for ground war simply because of its bullet velocity. You can use this out to medium ranges and it will feel like hit scan. Also, it has a 50-round mag, but the recoil is a little wobbly, so you'll have to get used to controlling the PDSW. The MCPR 300 has the longest one-shot, one-kill range in the entire game. It is a very forgiving sniper, as well as it has a 10-round magazine, and it can have very high bullet velocity if you kit it out to do so, which means this gun can basically be hit scan across the map with very little leading. The P890 is one of the best secondaries in the game, and if you use it akimbo, it's even stronger because you can actually get one-shot, one-kills by pulling your triggers at the same time. The Basilisk is also a very good sidearm. However, I don't recommend it in akimbo because I feel like it just doesn't really do anything, other than maybe if you're only going to hipfire, but you can extend your ranges anyways for one-shot, one-kills if you are using it single fire anyways. And, oh, by the way, just want to make sure, use snake shot ammo on it. It basically becomes a pocket shotgun. The RPG-7 is the most versatile rocket launcher in the game for all of you that like to be anti-vehicle players. You can use it to destroy the transport helicopter, APCs, whatever it may be, and also it's really good for taking out infantry that are hiding in buildings. Next up, we have our perk packages, and overall, I think that the best perk package you can run consists of Tracker, Scavenger, and Ghost, and then for your bonus perk, you can run whatever you want. Spotter's pretty nice for all of you that die to bouncing betties and claymores a lot and equipment. You'll be able to see where it's at, and you can hack it, which, by the way, if people are camping in buildings and stuff, if you hack it, they're going to have zero clue, and sometimes will even trip their own equipment, and it's just kind of like a funny moment where you're like, ha ha, you know, because they just died to their own equipment. If you're playing the objective heavy or you're trying to take out vehicles a lot, go ahead and use Battle Hardened Bomb Squad combined with Fast Hands and Overclock. You'll be able to get your field upgrades a lot easier and throw them down quicker. And this is really good because if you're going to be playing the objective, the trophy system is basically a must because people are spamming drill charges and flashbangs and all that kind of stuff. And you can also have an extra charge, which means you can have 2 trophy systems. So once 3 pieces of equipment are thrown at yours and yours breaks, guess what? You have another one because you can hold 2 charges with overclock. So very good for playing the objective. If you're going for anti-vehicle, go ahead and throw a munitions box. You can have 2 of those, or you can even put on like a Field Upgrade Pro with tack insert, and you can tack insert around objectives, and you'll be able to get there much faster, not having to rely on your random teammates in your squad or whatnot. And then finally, I know a lot of you guys like Overkill. Me personally, I don't use Overkill. I just kit my guns out for the highest versatility possible, and then have a nice close range secondary. So for this, Overkill, Scavenger, Fast Hands, you can run whatever ultimate perk you want, but I think that Fast Hands combined with Overkill is going to be in your best interest, simply because having these two in combination mean you can swap between your weapons just that much faster, and on top of that, you can reload them very quickly. And now we're going to take a look at some field upgrades, and these are, in my opinion, the best field upgrades you can run. Now, if you want the fastest charge time, make sure that you are running your just one piece of equipment with the fast charge rate. Like, if you can't run Dead Silence and Munitions Box and expect to get your Dead Silence in the time frame that Dead Silence charges up, right? If you really just want to be running around with Silent Footsteps, only run Dead Silence, okay? Because if you slap on, let's say, Dead Silence and Munitions Box, the charge time of these two is going to be the Munitions Box charge time. It takes whatever the higher one is whenever you're using Field Upgrade Pro. But I still highly recommend using Field Upgrade Pro, so that way you can be more versatile on a map. Now, for the field upgrades, I recommend DDoS, great for clearing out objectives, trying to destroy pieces of equipment, or disabling pieces of equipment around objectives, and especially buildings if you're trying to clear buildings. Just know that if there are enemies there, they will get EMP'd, and they're going to know you're coming, but Trophy System is also really good for playing the objective. I think it is a must, again, for playing the objective if that's your goal, because, like I said, drill charges, I have PTSD from those, okay? It's gonna block drill charges, it's gonna block stuns, it's gonna block flashes. Again, overclock is really nice to be using with just the trophy system because you can have two at a time, and since a lot of people are gonna be throwing stuff at you, you'll be able to destroy 6 pieces of equipment with 2 trophy systems. Dead Silence is great whenever you're trying to clear out buildings where there's not a lot of action going on because people won't be able to hear your footsteps. Munitions Box is great just for being resupplied with your equipment and ammo throughout the match. Portable Radar, absolutely great for playing around objectives. You can lob that down and you'll be able to see any non-ghosted players around that objective or a building, whatever it may be you're trying to push. Tactical Insertion, you can use this to however you want to use it. You just pick your spawn point, throw it down, and that's where you're going to spawn in. Just beware that DDoS is being spammed right now in Ground War, and it will destroy your tactical insertion instantly. Battle Rage is another really useful tool for playing the objective because you're going to be constantly regenerating your health, have unlimited tactical sprint, and on top of that, you'll have Battle Hardened built into this thing. However, just know that it lasts 15 seconds and every player you kill is only going to refresh it by about 2 seconds. So it's definitely one of those really situational field upgrades. And finally, for maps like Sharif Bay, Tarak, where there's a lot of sniping going on and there's a lot of openness to the map, Smoke Airdrop is going to be one of the best things you can run, because that way, if you don't want to have the smoke grenade on, or if you just want to have a lot of smoke, you can run the smoke grenade combined with this, and you can just basically rotate around the map as much as you want. Next up is going to be the Killstreaks, and these are the absolute best Killstreaks for utility and getting a lot of kills. UAV is self-explanatory. It's going to allow anybody who doesn't have a suppressor on their gun live ping on the radar, as well as going to reveal any non-ghosted players' locations on your minimap. Counter UAV blocks the enemy's minimap. Self-explanatory. Cruise Missile. You can destroy any vehicle of your liking, preferably that transport helicopter, which I'll get into why whenever we get around to the vehicles section. And it's just going to be great for clearing out any vehicles that you see on the map, and also can clear out objectives too. The SAE is also great because you can place this around objectives and it's going to clear out any open objective like B flag on Tarak or E flag on Tarak. Heck, even C flag, where there's a lot of different little nooks and crannies people can be sitting in. It's better on open maps, but again, very good streak. It can also be used for clearing rooftops too, by the way. Just want to put that in there. VTOL Jet, probably the best streak in the game just because of bang for its buck. 8 kills or 7 with hardline. And it's going to guard an area and it's going to basically farm people who are not running cold-blooded, and it's going to rack up a lot of kills. The Stealth Bomber is great because the Stealth Bomber damages a lot of vehicles, and it's also going to take out infantry that are going to be exposed to it. And overall, I think it is a pretty good streak, but I think it's outclassed by some of the other streaks in the game. The Chopper Gunner is definitely the best anti-infantry streak in the game. You're going to be in this thing just taking people out off of rooftops, around objectives. You're going to really help your teammates that are trying to capture objectives because you can clear off those objectives for any infantry that are there. Again, rooftops, you're taking snipers out of positions or anybody who's around those, just random areas of the map, trying to create more map flow for your team. Next up, the emergency airdrop. I think this is actually a really good streak. In this game, it delivers all three of these packages together, so they're not going to land on the roof, and you only get two like previous games or whatever. All three are going to land together, and you're going to get 3 random kill streaks. Now, there is a little bit of luck to this because they are randomized, and you might get really bad streaks, or you might get really good streaks, but having 3 extra streaks can be very useful for some games, and, maybe if you just really want to try for this as your highest streak and you find it fun, go ahead and run it. I think it is a very useful streak, especially if you're playing in a party of people who can all get the emergency airdrop. Having 3 or 4 people calling in emergency airdrops at once, that's a lot of power on the map. Gunship is the best kill streak in the game for destroying vehicles. This thing can destroy the transport heli with ease. Use the big laser rocket, the first one, right? You drive down, you guide that into vehicles, then you finish them off with the 40 millimeter, and then you use your little to just wait for the other 2 to regenerate, because the 25 millimeter, I think it is absolute trash in this game. It takes you're basically only going to be able to kill 2 people max with the 30 rounds, right? Because they're just, for whatever reason, super inaccurate. But the 40 millimeter are definitely the best ones to be using for infantry. But like I said, you mainly want to go after the vehicles, and then once you clear out all the vehicles, then you just hunt infantry down with the gunship. And finally, the advanced UAV. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. It's going to reveal every single player on the minimap in real time, except for ghost users. Ghost users are going to ping about every 2.5 to 3 seconds, and you'll be able to see where they are positioned, unlike a normal UAV. Maps. Oh, you thought I was going to break down every map, didn't ya? Well, it's kind of pointless because all you need to know is this, right? So we're taking a look at Saeed here. You can see we have the red HQ, the blue HQ, and you can see the different flags around the map. So we see the red half of the flag. It means that is where the people who own the red HQ will spawn whenever they spawn in on the flag. The people who own the blue HQ are going to be spawning around that blue area around the flag whenever they own that HQ. So this is just basically the spawn breakdown. That's all you need to know about the maps. The rest will come to you. Finding natural map flow, it just comes with playtime. You have to experiment. You have to move around. You have to go to different areas of the map if you really want to learn how each match plays. But the more matches you play, the more you will figure out natural map traffic as you pay attention to where people are spawning in around the different flags. And I will tell you this, how you position yourself near flags will influence the spawns, which means you could potentially block them, or you could have them all spawn in normally. So you have to be careful how you play around the flags, because you might block spawns, you might create spawns in other areas, or you might just stop them from spawning in at all, and it makes it even easier to capture flags that way. So that's all you need to know about the spawns and natural map flow. And finally, we have vehicles, which I want to just talk about these 3 right here. One of them is on Sarif Bay as of right now. That is the watercraft one. But the heavy chopper and the APC are spawn points. Basically, you want to get rid of these vehicles as much as possible. Now, I am somebody who always runs generally VTOL jet, chopper gunner, and gunship. So my gunships are usually the way I am destroying these vehicles, and I will also use the chopper gunner to kill players who are coming out of these vehicles, so that way they cannot rotate around the map and capture flags. However, if you're someone who's not running the higher tier kill streaks and you do want to destroy these vehicles, the Strela P is going to be your best bet for getting rid of the heavy chopper. Again, doing this with a friend and having like a little squad of people shooting down these vehicles is going to be the easiest way to do it, because one person, it's going to take quite a bit of rockets. You might have to play near an ammo cache or whatnot. The heavy chopper can be taken out by one cruise missile. Same thing with the APC. Same thing with the watercraft. Although the watercraft, I don't really even think it's viable that you really need to destroy it, because people are exposed when they spawn in on this thing, and most people just don't do it anyways. But the heavy chopper, you might notice that half the lobby sometimes is sitting in this thing. So if that's the case and you want to create map flow again, so that way your team can just pound them with kill streaks and gain map control, and they won't have free rotations to whatever flag they want, just throw in a Strela P, try to shoot it down. If you can earn a cruise missile with ease, then go ahead and run cruise missile and just pow drive that thing into this helicopter. The more you take out the heavy chopper, the more of a chance your team has to control the map and therefore control the enemies from not being able to gain whatever flag you own with ease. I can't stress this enough. If you want to win more games and you want to have an easier time winning said games, destroy the heavy chopper. I destroy this thing multiple times throughout a match, and it helps me win so many more games, get way more kills, all that kind of stuff, because people can't go wherever they want to capture flags, sit out in the middle of nowhere on a rooftop, whatever it is. They can't do it if this vehicle is destroyed. The APC, it's just a ground spawn point, and it's a tank. So, they're not going to get free rotation because they're only going to be able to access wherever this thing's sitting. But the heavy chopper, destroy the heavy chopper. Alright, so now let's talk about my specific playstyle, because everybody has their own specific playstyle whenever they are playing the game. As I mentioned, I am somebody who likes to win games, but I am also somebody who likes to get a lot of kills. And for me, I find that I am helping my team the most whenever I am clearing infantry out near objectives, or clearing them off of random rooftops that are watching over objectives, as well as destroying as many vehicles as I possibly can with my gunships. Now, I am a very confident player in earning my kill streaks at least once per match, and sometimes I have to adjust depending on the lobby, and if I am not going to earn my streaks, then I'm just going to go ahead and play the flags as much as possible. But I also do try to play around flags whenever I'm trying to earn my streaks, because with score streaks, I'm able to earn a lot more score around the objectives, and as I keep capturing things and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to get more score. So I'm earning my kill streaks that way. Now, as you guys can see here, I am on Giharo. We are about 96 points in. I think I have like 20-something kills. I finished with 111, and that's going to show you just how powerful this kill streak setup is right here. The VTOL jet, the chopper gunner, and the gunship. Absolutely destruction, alright? That's what is caused on this match. It's just a destruction. And it's because these streaks have so much power and so much control. Now, it's unfortunate that I didn't hear this guy because he's basically burger walking around the map, and it is what it is, but I did earn my chopper gunner and VTOL, so I could start clearing off infantry around the map. Ooh, little rooftop camper, let me land on you. Anyway, so friendly advanced UAV. Holy smokes, it is not often I see random teammates get an advanced UAV, and when I do, I'm gonna use that advanced UAV of yours to go ahead and streak up. But as you can see right here, we own 2 flags, I think, or we are capping E back, and you can see right here I take this guy out, and I was crouch walking because I didn't want him to hear my footsteps. And now that I am streaking again and I've got 400 score, I'm going to go ahead and try to capture or stay around this B flag, so that way I can get even more capture kills, offense kills, all that kind of stuff, so I can earn my streaks yet again. Now you're going to see that I'm going to call in his VTOL around here, so that way it can pick off the infantry that are spawning in around B, and it can help us capture this. Now, I'm here by myself, alright? I'm not stupid. I'm not going to just throw my body at a flag where the enemies can spawn in over and over and over again up until the halfway point, alright? That would be mindless of me. There's no point of doing that. There's no teammates around to help me capture this flag, and it's an open area where there's a lot of angles. Therefore, there is 0 point for me to just lob my body at it. So I'm going to go ahead and call my chopper gunner. Hopefully, maybe I can get a little bit of reinforcements to show up, but that's not the case. So I'm still here by myself. And I'm still going to lurk it, you know? This is what I do. I wait for the reinforcements to come here and help me out, and then I'm going to go in for the capture. There's no point for me to solo capture. Solo capture in ground war is almost impossible. Sure, you can do it if it's a building, but open space is really dumb. And like I said, it's because the enemies can continue to spawn over and over again on that flag until it is captured halfway. Now, of course, enemy transport helicopters, they could just fly down on top of you and all that kind of stuff, so you do have to be even more careful. Again, nobody is helping me out at B, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw down a prox mine, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate over here, checking out A. I'm still lurking the points right here, A and B. And I'm going to go ahead and get my VTOL jet down. I'm going to call it in to help defend D and E, so that way my teammates that are back there trying to hold the positions have an easier time of holding those positions. Right there, I take a guy off a vehicle. Some really nice shooting on my part because there's no aim assist whenever you are shooting at somebody who is on a vehicle. I pick up my chopper gunner, and I see that teammates are trying to take A, but since I'm so close to my gunship, this gunship can destroy a lot of vehicles, and I don't want to risk it because, well, let's just say dying off that means those vehicles are going to still continue to roam the map and hold map control. So you can see right here, I'm really just trying to pick up this gunship at the moment, and I decide, alright, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and climb this ladder, and I'm going to see if I can find anyone real quick, take them out, and get my gunship. And I see this guy over here, tag him a little bit. Uh-oh, I tagged him. That means he has a chance to take me out, but I'm more accurate than him. And he's flinching all over the place because he's got a big old scope on his gun. And, yep, I end up picking up my gunship. Now it is time to clear out some positions, get rid of some vehicles. Oh, little APC right there. I don't think so, son. Get disabled, get taken out, get destroyed. All right. I don't see any more vehicles around for the meantime, so let me go ahead and start taking out some of these infantry, you know? See all these infantry sitting on the rooftop? I don't think so. I don't think so, son. You getting taken out too? Boom, you dead. All right, let's see, more people. Oh, I see that transport heli. Now, this is one thing that I wish they would do, is I wish there was a height limit to the transport heli. Right now, on a lot of these maps, there is no height limit, which means sometimes it can't be destroyed by the gunship. However, I will try to pay attention to it, and if I get an angle, like right here, no more spawns for you, got no more free spawns over our spawn anymore. That's not happening. I'm not having that, so go ahead and destroy it. And now that a lot of these vehicles have been taken out, this guy's climbing up on me. I don't know if he knew I was there, if he was just coming up here, so I gave a little teabag in case if he was trying to hunt me, because I don't know if you guys know this, but whenever you're in your kill streaks and if there's an enemy UAV up and you have ghost, you actually ping on the radar. So if that guy was trying to chase me down right there, you know, I just wanted to let him know, I know you're climbing, I hear you, you know, just let him know, give him a little teabag, alright? But anyways, I go ahead, I get my chopper gunner, and you can see right here, time to take people out around these objectives, trying to take them out as much as possible, get them off the rooftops, all that kind of stuff, try to create more map flow for my teammates because they're going to be spawning in on the ground. Again, less height they have, the better, because that means your team that's running around, rotating all over the place, is not going to be able to be seen by all these people. They're just sitting on the random rooftops. Helping my teammates here who are trying to get D. As you can see, it's halfway taken. Just clearing off the infantry that are around that. And right here, we're going to go ahead and just take a look real quick back at A. I don't really see too many people, but I know there are some people around me. Didn't want to just die just quite yet. But I hear these loud elephants below me, so I'm going to go ahead and jump down and take them out. Now, after I use my gunship and my chopper, my VTOL, all that kind of stuff, and I have no more streaks to earn, this is whenever I attempt an MGB. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, MGBs are not for everybody to go for. I understand that. MGBs will win the game for whichever team calls one in automatically. Doesn't matter what the score is. So you see how it's 161 to 209. I could win the game for my team with a losing score just by calling it an MGB. How you earn an MGB is a 30-player kill streak. So that means you have to kill the enemy players with your guns and equipment, not using kill streaks. However, there is a little bit of a way around that, and that's using the advanced UAV and UAVs to your advantage, because if you see an advanced UAV or UAV, it's going to help you get those player kills much easier. So that's going to help you earn MGBs. Now, I tend, again, only to go for these whenever I know that I can't earn any more streaks. I'm not just going to automatically go ahead and kill myself to earn more streaks, unless it's just so early in the match and I just have like 50 kills, 50 points in, and I want to go for some crazy high score. Then obviously I'm going to go ahead and just die so I can try to re-earn my streaks as fast as possible. Sometimes it pays off, other times I just can't get anything going and it was just a waste. But for me, that's whenever I'm going to attempt an MGB. Anyways, I ended up dying, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to re-earn my streaks again. As you can see right here, we're losing. I don't want to lose, you know, I'm still trying to win when I'm getting high amounts of kills, therefore I'm capturing C. And at the same time, I'm also earning points towards my kill streaks. And you can see right here, there's more people around, and I want to make sure that these guys aren't just going to take C right back. So I'm going to go ahead and try to clear people out. Now, as I can see, the spawn helicopter is over top of the C flag, which means, well, the enemies could take this back with ease. So I'm going to need some backup. And it looks like my teammates are also helping me over here take enemies out and trying to defend C. So, as I see that C has been reset, I'm going to go ahead and try to make a push to earn my streaks again. And I'm going to go to A. Why? Because this is where the infantry spawns are going to be going on right now on the ground. Okay, this is where the action is going to be, besides squad spawning and people sitting on rooftops and people spawning on each other or using APCs, whatever it is, the transport heli. If I want to get ground spawns, I'm going to go to A. On top of that, it's not captured yet. We're losing. It's almost the end of the game. So I'm going to try to capture this and play around this to get my streaks fast again. Alright? And as you can see, it's paying off. I'm getting offense, defense, all that kind of stuff, right? And I'm getting my streaks really fast. Now, I thought I was going to finish off the capture here, and it turns out there was actually an enemy on the second floor who killed me. Unfortunate, and ended up getting taken out. But we're still stalling that flag because he doesn't know where my team is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come into this gunship, all right? And I'm going to wait for the goofy animation to happen, and I'm going to start taking out these enemies that are around these flags trying to capture. Unfortunate that animation takes so long, because I could have cleared them all off D, and we wouldn't have lost D, but oh well, is what it is. Anyways, I'm just going to be clearing people off rooftops and stuff, because I don't really have too good of an angle, and I also don't see too many vehicles around, so it seems like most vehicles have probably been destroyed. I'm always scanning for vehicles, though, whenever I am in my gunship, because I will try to take them out as quickly as possible. And as you can see right here, I'm trying to clear them off of the theater so they don't have rotations or anything of that nature. And now I'm just going to clean up around A and, you know, just try to get as many kills as I still can with this while it's still active. And one of the nice things about this A building being open is I could just go ahead and jam my laser rockets and 40mm right down into that objective. Now, as you can see, we still own 4 flags, therefore we are going to be winning based off of the flags, and we end up getting all 5, which is very good. I take out this guy, and yep, now I'm just going to try to go ahead into my chopper, but it's too late. I still had a chopper gunner, man. I could have probably gotten way more kills. Oh well, we won the game. I had 5 captures, 111 kills, I think 8 deaths or something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and that is my updated Ground War tips and tricks and my own playstyle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and have a great day.